Evening.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes. So, yesterday, whatever we have discussed, like we started Python, the introduction of Python we have started. So, is there any doubt regarding the previous session?
No.
Okay, fine. So, if I ask you a question, is that fine? Have you revised?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
okay, okay, fine. Just a minute. Okay, let me share the screen. And first, what we will be doing, we'll start with the quick revision. After that, we'll move for the next part. Okay. So this is what we have discussed. Like Python. Python is a language. So who invented Python, guys? Who invented Python?
Guido van Rossum.
Yes, Guido van Rossum in the year of 1991. And Python is a language which is like mindset. What's the mindset? Like Python will be for all. It's not only limited to the expert people or to the like who are from tech background. For not only them, it is for all. Everyone can learn about this programming language. The mindset was like that, right? So Python is very versatile, and from then first point we got what is that the feature general purpose programming language, right? So feature first feature we got general purpose programming language. Now before that, Python, the name Python came from, there is one BBC show, right? Monty's Python Flying Circus. From there we got this name Python. Correct. Now, there are so much fundamentals or traditional programming language. It's already there, like C, C++, Java. Still, we are moving to Python because there are some reasons behind, right? So Python is very easy to learn and analyze. We already have seen like C program and Python. C versus Python, we already have seen. Like to write a single line of code to display a single line of code like hello world, you just need to write. For C, you have to write minimum of 4 lines of code, whereas in Python you just need to write only 1 line of code. Correct. Now after that, if I ask you Python is close to English or close to machine level language, what will be your answer?
Close to English.
Yes. So it's basically like Python, it's close to English. That's why we can say it's high level programming language. Correct. High level programming language. Like whenever we classify any programming language, we can classify in 3 ways, right? One is close to English, which is considered as high level. If it is close to machine level in the sense either zeros or ones, then it is considered as your machine level programming language, or you can say what? Low level programming language. Now, if it is not a high level language, not a low level language, then you can say this is a mid level programming language. Now after that, whenever we are executing any programming language or any programs, whenever my machine is executing, in the sense what it is actually going on, what it is happening, execution of a program means what it is. like converting the programs, converting the syntax into machine understandable language, isn't it? So conversion here, technically who is converting? The controller, correct? Controller is executing a program syntax is executing in the sense where, like, your machine is converting the programming syntax into machine understandable syntax, means zeros and ones. Now based on that, we can simply classify the behavior of the controller, that is, if the execution is happening all at once, means entire code is running or executing all at once, then what we can say, it is considered as the controller is compiler, correct? And the programming language based on compiler is called compiler based programming language. Whereas python, in python, which type of execution is happening? Line by line execution, correct? So that's why python is interpreted programming language, correct? So line by line execution is happening in python, that's why it's interpreted programming language. After that, in the next point, what we have discussed, like dynamically typed programming language, can you explain, anyone, why it is called dynamically typed programming? Anyone? Do you remember why
Because
it's called dynamically typed?
because we don't have to write the character of the number like int or float.
Okay, so it's character or a data type?
Yeah, data type.
Data type, correct? It's data type. You don't have to mention the data type. So if I'm not mentioning the data type, I'm just writing a equals to, let's suppose, 32. I'm writing. So Python, in Python, I'm not writing anything. So will it detect? Will it detect the interpreter? It's there now. A equals to 32. I'm writing. So will it detect automatically? Is it a string or is it a integer or a float? Will it detect?
Yes.
Yes, it will detect. And even if I'm changing the data type, like I'm writing 32 first, after that I'm writing 32.5. Like this is my variable. Instead of 32, just changing it to 32.5. Then it will be like becoming a float number. Now, if I change this also, will it throw any error?
No.
No. So that's why what we can say, it's dynamic. The variable can take any kind of data type. It's not any restriction. There is no restrictions. In C programming, in Java, we have to, like, whenever we are mentioning the data type, means it's fully restricted. It's actually reserved for integer only if I am mentioning the integer. Whereas in Python, if you are mentioning, if you're not, like, we don't have to mention. That's why it's fully flexible. That's why we call it as a dynamically typed programming language. Okay. And the library function, if I ask you the library function, so Python is very rich in library function. 7 plus crore library function we already know. We have 7 plus crore library function. Okay. We already have seen library function. What is a library function? What is a library function? Anyone?
Predefined function.
Yes, predefined function. Now, predefined function in the sense, it's fully fixed. We can access them, but we can't modify them. Now, in Python, we have several crores of libraries. Why? Because the code is actually contributed by all over the world. Everyone is contributing in Python libraries because it is open source. That's why we next just covered that Python is open source programming language, means free to use, free to contribute, and even its source code also available in the market. After that, the platform independence, it is also one feature we have studied. Like platform in the sense, like whatever platform we are using, operating system, Linux it is, or Windows you are using, or Mac you are using, Python will be same for each operating system. And then the scripting language. Now, why it is a scripting language? Why it's a scripting language? Why it is called a scripting language?
because
Because
the
interpreter is used.
Sorry, repeat once again.
Because there is
Hmm.
interpreter is used.
Yes. So for execution, interpreter is used. Like that's why it's scripting language. Now, programming language means that can be executed by compiler as maybe compiler or interpreter. Now, the programming language, what is a scripting language then? The programming language which is actually executed by interpreter, then the programming language is called scripting language. And last thing is multi-paradigm. Okay. So what is multi-paradigm? What is multi-paradigm? It's very important topic we have discussed, like procedural, oops, and functional. Three things is actually supported by Python. Not every programming language is having these three features in terms of functionality, but Python is a programming language which is completely supports procedural as well as functional and oops also. So this is what we have covered. Python features, and then library function also we have covered. Now if I ask you one question without saying, can you say like how many types of library function we have in Python? How many types? I'm not saying how many. How many means 7 plus crore. Now if I ask you how many types of library function we have?
35.
35. 35 is what? 35 keywords. I'm saying, I'm asking how many library functions? How many? Three types of library function na? Inbuilt function, keywords, operators. And what you are saying, 35, those are keywords. Now, what are keywords? Keywords means those words, those predefined words. Those are actually for every programming language, you will be seeing some universal standard words which is used for some specific task, which will be helping to write use the programs. Okay, those are actually keywords. Now, 35 keywords we have in Python, correct? So, library function we have three types: inbuilt, keyword, inbuilt function, keyword, operators. Operators means what? The spatial symbol. Like spatial symbols also used for different tasks. Like if we are doing add, this is plus means this is addition, right? So for addition operation we will be using this. For multiplication we will be using this asterisk. So different like symbols are there. Now those symbols are actually used for different operations. Okay, now keywords, we have 35 keywords now. So this is the syntax we already have seen. This is a syntax for keywords. If you want to check keywords, have you tried in your laptop? Have you tried?
Yes,
Yes, okay. So which platform you are using, ideally or collab?
ideally.
Ideally, yes. Ideally will be better for your understanding, because ideally is having, you know, you can't, it's not a code editor, not, it is fully functionally, you will be getting the experience of interpreter. Once you are writing something, you can't go back to the previous line. Once it is written means if you are doing some mistakes, it will be uh, like s- remain same, you can't change anything. So for learning purpose I will be suggesting to go for ideally. Now the thing is, if I ask you that the keyword we already have seen, we can import this, import keyword like this. We're importing keyword like this, and after that we are writing keyword dot kw list, and by which I am getting the list of keywords. Now if I ask you like how to understand like how many keywords we have in this kw list, what will be your answer? What I will be doing to understand, should I manually count how many keywords we have? Should I manually count? What do you think?
No.
What's the function we will be using? Len to
Yes,
understand the
ma'am.
length? Yes, correct. So simply we'll use keyword.kwlist inside this len function and simply we can get this 35. Now, if I ask you second question, I guess you can understand what is the question that special keywords. So what are the special keywords then? What are the special keyword?
False, none, and true.
Okay, false, none, and true. Now, why this is special? Like 3 points I have mentioned. Why this is special? Why this is special?
Like these keywords starts with uppercase,
Okay,
and the second one is it can be used as the value of the variable.
okay. It's a value of the variable and it's a keyword itself. So 3 points are there. And value of the variable, like we can take a simple a value equals to a equals to true. Like that, simply we can do. Okay. So this is what. Now today our goal. This is our day one. We have successfully better to write it as day zero because in Python numbering starting from zero you will be seeing. So today it is day one. Now in day one we will be seeing our next topic, that is introduction to variables, because in Python we will be doing variables. We have to work with variables, right? The first thing you have to learn variables. So introduction to variable. This is your next topic. Now see, let's go back to ideally. Now, if I give 20, if I give 20, okay, what it is happening? You are giving interpreter 20, and by taking this 20, 20 is what? 20 is a value. Now, when our interpreter is seeing this 20, it just simply storing this 20 in its memory. Okay. Now, let's suppose I'm just giving an example. Let's suppose you have ordered a food. Okay. You have ordered food. Now, this is your, like here, this is the um, restaurant and you have ordered here some food, some noodles you have ordered. Now you are the resident of this apartment. This is your apartment. Now here several different rooms are there. Okay, so now one delivery person is coming to your place. You already mentioned your address of this apartment. Okay, and a delivery person is coming in this way, and this is the delivery person with his vehicle. This is the delivery person with your food. Now the thing is, you have not mentioned your room. Let's suppose you are in this room, but you have not mentioned the room. Your room, he don't know about it. Now what he will do? What he will do? He will be asking to each and every door. He will be knocking for each and every door and asking your name. Is Jia is there or is Sneha is there? Like this? Obviously no. Means what is your current location, that is important. If someone wants to access you, this is your room number. This things is important to tell, correct? To access you. If let's suppose today I want to go your home, okay, and in like you are just saying the locality, but you are not mentioning your home number, your house number you are not mentioning, then what should I do? Can I able to fetch you, or can I able to go, or can I able to access you? Obviously no. You just have to mention the location, you just have to mention the correct address. Correct. Now one more example I am telling. Let's suppose I am giving you one like one anything, any things, or let's suppose a key. There is one key. Okay, this is a key. This, let's suppose this is a key. Now this key I'm giving to you. I'm just telling you, just go there and save it, or put it somewhere. What you are doing, let's suppose this is a room. You are just going there. You just open the door and you just like throwing it inside. Okay, and where the key goes you don't know. Now let's suppose later I want, just I'm telling you to bring back the same key. Will you be able to find? Will you be able to find? If you are not getting the exact address or wherever you have kept, you have no idea where you have kept, whether it's in the drawer, whether it's in the cupboard. You don't have the idea. So first thing, whatever you have to, like, is it not saved? This key. I told you to save it. So you just saved it somewhere. But where you have saved, you have no idea. So for this case, is it efficient? Because once you saved it, and in the future, if you're going to use them, you have no access of it. You know in the memory it is there, but where it is, you have no idea. Now that's where coming this concept. Even here, if you see this 20, I'm giving this 20. Now, what is this happening with this 20? Whenever I am giving this 20 to ideally, let's suppose the memory. Memory means for programming, volatile memory is used. Now, volatile memory, I guess in lower standards you already have seen. A volatile memory means RAM, correct? Random access memory. This is your volatile memory. Now, this is the memory, and there are several blocks in the memory, several blocks in the volatile memory. Now, once you are giving this 20, once you are giving this 20 means interpreter randomly allocate this 20, randomly storing this 20 anywhere inside this RAM. Randomly it is getting stored. Now, if I tell you, now let's go back and fetch that exact 20. My interpreter, will it be able to access this 20? Because it will not access. It can't access. Why? Because here the thing is, it just 20, this 20 just getting stored. But what about this address? What about this memory block? The address have not saved. You have to save the address to refer this 20 later. Means later if you want to work with this 20, you need to store it. You need to store the address somewhere. Address of what? Address of this 20. So that what I can do, I'm just taking b. B equals to 20. So I'm doing what? This. So basically, if I go and if I just want to see what is the exact location of 20, what I can do, id is the function I can use. Id of 20. Id of 20. So this was the location. This was the location when you have just have given the 20 to the interpreter. Okay. Now after that, what you are doing, this b equals to 20. Whenever you are giving, are you storing 20 inside b? What do you think? Are you storing 20 inside b? Yes or no? You are not properly audible, Sneha. Can you be a little louder?
Hello.
Yes.
I think no.
No. So value is not getting stored. What is actually getting stored? Actually, the address of the value is getting stored, means on the same way. Now b is having what? If I write b is giving me 20. Now if I go for id of b, if I go with this id of b, what it is giving me? For id of b, it is showing, see, is it the same location of 20? Just check. This is the location of 20. Now this is the location of b. Is it showing the same location?
Yes.
Yes. So means what? Variable. Here variable, we are taking variable not to store the value. We are taking variable to store the address of the value. So the thing is, what we can conclude here, what is a variable here? Then variable is something we can write that variable. The variable is what? Variable is a container. Variable is a container. Variable is a container to store the address address of the value, to store the address of the value. Now what it is exactly happening in the memory? If I take a equals to 20, what it is actually happening, just I'm just telling you, this is the memory. Let's suppose this is the memory. Now memory means what? Memory means ram. Gia, are you getting understood? Like whatever I am telling, that what is a variable? Variable means what? It is a container which is storing the address, correct? Understood na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the memory. Now what it is happening, if I am taking a equals to 20, what it is actually happening? This is my memory. Now one is my variable, one is my value. Now what exactly happening? This 20, this is a value 20. So whenever your interpreter is seeing this a is 20, then the interpreter will divide the memory in two space. What are the two space? One is variable space, and other part is value space. Variable space and value space. Now what will happen? 20 is what? 20 is the value, so value will be getting stored first. Value will be getting stored inside one memory block, and it is actually randomly getting stored, and that random address will be generated. Random address, let's suppose it's a hexadecimal address. It's actually, if you see, you already have seen in ideally, whenever we have mentioned this id is giving us what? Integer address. But for our understanding, now here I am taking some hexadecimal address like 0x32, like that. This is the address. Now this address, wherever you are taking this a20, means this a will be stored inside the variable space, and what it will contain? It will contain this address 0x32 inside it. Okay, means a is pointing to this location. Once you are asking for a, means it will give you this location 20, and 20 will be reflected. And this is how the memory allocation of any variable works. Understood? So what is the syntax then? Once you are assigning any variable, then variable equals to value. This is how you have to do it. Okay, and if you want to access the exact location, if you want to access, then what is the function we have already used? id. Id is the function. So simply what you can do here, simply you can mention the variable, or otherwise you can mention the value. This is how. Okay, understood? Any doubt on this?
Can you please repeat that 0x32?
0x32 is just a like, we are assuming this is a random address. This is the random address, because inside a random memory this 20 is getting stored. Now one random address will be generated. So this is just, we assume this is a hexadecimal random address. But actually, if you see the exact memory, actually it is integer memory. This is how integer address. Okay, but for our understanding, we are taking a reference of the 0x32. It's just a assumed, like you can assume this is 0x32, 0x11, like that. It's just address. For our understanding, we are taking. Clear?
Okay, okay.
So this is how it works. Now, let's suppose you have multiple values. Let's suppose you have multiple values. Let's suppose you have A20, B30, C20. You have like this. Okay. So means what? You have multiple values. So multiple values with multiple variables. So I can write it as multiple variable creation. Multiple variable creation. Now how multiple variable is actually getting created? See, Python is a language is very easy to learn, easy to write, easy syntax. So will not waste this three lines of code. Rather, what we can do, in one line we can write the same thing. What we will be writing here, a comma b comma c equals to 20, 30, 20, like this we can do. Understood? So what is the syntax? Always your variable 1, variable 2, like that. If you have variable in equals to, you will be having value 1, value 2, like this you have value n. So this is what your multiple variable creation syntax. Okay, now if I give you one thing, a b equals to, let's suppose 10, 20, 30, and again I am telling you abc equals to 10 comma 20. Now tell me which is right and which is wrong. Which is right and which is wrong? Is it okay according to the syntax?
I think fast is wrong
Okay, first is wrong because why? It will throw error. Why?
because but there's no variable for 30.
Okay, means we have insufficient variables. We have insufficient variables. Fine. Okay. Now for next,
Uh, Variable C, I think will take the value 0.
no, it will not. There is no value. Zero is also value, but no value mentioned means it will not take any value. It will not take any value. So simply here also it will throw error. Why? Because the here you have insufficient value. So for both case it will throw error. Means always remember your number of variables for multiple variable creation. Always number of variables, number of variables should be equal with, should be equal with number of values. Okay, understood? Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so now let's go for the memory allocation. Memory allocation for multiple variable creation. So memory allocation, I am just taking A, B, C equals to 10, 20 and 10, like this. Okay, better to take something different, 10, 20 and 13, like that. Okay, now tell me which one will be getting stored first, value or the variables? How it will be getting stored first? First thing, when interpreter will check this, what it will be happening. First you tell what it will be happening when interpreter is just watching this. ABC equals to 10, 20, 13. First the memory. What's the first step? Memory. Memory will be divided into two space. One is variable space and the other one is value space. Correct? Now tell which one will be getting stored first. Variable or value?
Value.
Value. Now 10, 20, 13. Three values are there. So all the values will be getting stored first or one by one it will be getting stored. What do you think? Any guess?
One by one.
Mhm.
Yes, one by one. But the thing is, like, it's not like once a value will be getting stored, the variable will be storing the exact link. No, not like that. One by one, obviously, the value will be getting stored first, but the address will be stored again after each and every values will be getting stored. Means what? Just see. 10 10 first randomly getting stored, 0x, let's suppose 1 1. This is a random address generated. Now, next, not A will be stored. After then, 10 completed, then it will be go for 20. 20 will be getting stored. Again, random address 0x73 will be stored. Okay, 0x73 is the random address generated. 20 done, then 13. So 13, for 13 again on the same way, 0x55. This is the random address, let's suppose, generated. Now all the values are assigned. Now let's go for the variable. Now variable will be getting stored, means variable. Now A will store, what is the address? 10. So it will check for 10. What's the address? 0x11. So it will store 0x11. Now on the same way, B will store what? B will store 0x73. So 0x73. Now on the same way, C will be storing 0x55. Understood? First, all the values will be getting stored. After then, one by one, each and every variable will get the access of those variable location. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'm just giving you two cases for this same thing for multiple variable creation. I'm just giving two case. First case, I'm just giving that cases you have multiple variables, but some values are same with same values. Means what? Let's suppose A, B, C equals to, you have 10, 20, again 10 you have. Fine. Now, what will be the memory allocation? So this is my memory. First, the memory on the same way, memory will be getting stored, or like will be divided into two parts: variable space, value space. Value will be getting stored. What are the value? 10, 20, 30. Now 10 first will be getting stored. Random address is generating 0x73. After then 20 will be getting stored, 0x55. Now tell here this 10. What about this 10? Will it getting stored? Again, what do you think? One more 10 is there. Will it be stored? Again,
I think it will be stored again.
already, as because already getting stored. See, it's basically when A is it is there, A is actually get will store the address of 10. B will store the address of 20 and C will get or will store the address of 10. No, 10 is already assigned. No, that's why secondly will not 10 will be stored. Once 110 is getting stored means second time it will not stored. Fine. So a after then a will store the address of 10, which is 0x73. After then b it is there, so it is storing 0x55. Now c it is there, c will store the address. Now for that, do we have to assign one more 10? No, it's already there, 10 is already there. We are just concerned of what? Concerning of those address of 10, right? So address of 10 is already there, so simply we'll take this address. Okay, means a and c are pointing to the same location, means multiple variables with same value. If we have, it will so just pointing to the same location, b is pointing to this location. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, now from here you got a new concept, which is reference count. Reference count means how many variables are referencing one value. Reference count. Now, how we will be telling that reference count of 10? If I ask you reference count of 10, what is a reference count? Means how many variables are referring 10. Now, how many variables are referring 10? How many variables are accessing 10?
Two, ma'am.
Yes. So reference count of 10 will be 2. Now on the same way, if I ask you the reference count of 20, then only if you see B is accessing this location, so reference count of 20 is 1. This is how it works. Okay. Now I am changing something. I'm changing that later my interpreter is doing some changes. I'm just writing D. Okay. I'm just writing D, and or not D, I'm just taking C equals to I'm taking 30. Okay, so what will be happening later? If C is 30, C equals to 30, what will be happening first? The controller or the interpreter will check whether 30 present or not in value space. 30 present? No, 30 not present. So first it will store the 30 randomly somewhere. Let's suppose 0x15. Now that 0x15, this 30, the address generated, now this C in the next line, C is actually pointing to what? 30 means this address will be overwrite with 0x15. So new connection will be built this, and the older connection will be removed. This is how it works. This is what called override. So always new address will overwrite the previous address. Understood? Now if I changing more, like I am changing b equals to 40. Okay, I'm changing b equals to 40. Now what will be happening? Can you tell? B equals to 40. 40 will be getting stored. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, 40 will be getting stored. As because 40 is not there, some random address will be generated 0x37. Okay, that 0x37 will override this position, right? This address 0x37 will be coming in this position. Okay, now new access or new connection will be built. Now B is pointing to this location, and the previous address or previous pointers will be removed. Now reference count are changing, right? The reference count is changing. Now what are the reference count? If I ask, reference count of 10 is 1, 20 is 1, reference count of 20 is 1 or 0?
How 20 is 1?
0, correct? So here reference count, as because no variables are pointing, that's why the reference count is 0. Now for 30, it is 1. For 40, it is again 1. Now, like this is the case. That's why I am putting some attention in this part. RC of 0. Are you getting how this is reference count is coming not 1, it is coming as 0? Is it clear for you? Because no variables are pointing to this. No variables are accessing this 20. 20 now, its address is not saved anywhere, so 20 is lost. Correct. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this, when you find that reference count is 0, then this phenomena, like here, this is the value. 20 is a value. No variable is accessing means it will not be used. So that's why it will be garbage collected. This is what called garbage collection. Okay, so automatically it will be garbage collected when no variable will access this location. It will be automatically garbage collected. Clear? So this is how it works. Any doubt on this? On the case 1?
No.
Okay. Now moving to case 2. Moving to case 2. So case 2 is the opposite of it. Like previously we have multiple variables with same value. Now I will be telling like same variables with multiple value we have. Same variable with multiple values if we have, then what will be happening means I'm just taking an example, a comma a comma a, like three times I am taking same variable and with multiple values, so 10, 20, 30. Now what do you think, what will be happening? Same variable can take three types of value, three types of different value. What will be happening in the memory? First of all, this is the memory. Now, on the same way, your variable space and value space will be generated, correct? All the values will be getting stored, means 10. All the values means 10, 0x51. 20 will be getting stored, 0x33. 30 will be getting stored, 0x59. Okay, done. Now comes to for the variable. What will be happening? A for this A will store first what? Which location? This is the location 0x51. It will be getting stored. So now this is done. After then A is pointing to 20. So after then what's the address of 20? 0x33. Now that 0x33 will be overwrite this 0x51, correct? Now A is pointing to which location? First A was pointing to this location. Now this is removed. Now A is pointing to this location. So this is established. After then A is pointing to 30. Now what's the address of 30? 0x59. Now again on the same way 0x59 will override 0x33. So like that, now finally it also cancelled and A is now pointing to 30. So what we can say, is this line equivalent to A equals to 30?
Yes.
Yes. So always what I can tell in the conclusion that always this latest value will override the previous value. So always latest value will override the previous value for the same variable, for the only and only for same variable. Is that clear?
Yes.
Any doubt on this?
No.
So this is just a topic we have covered, that variable. Okay. So what we have covered, the definition, then the syntax of variable, after that multiple variable creation, what is the memory allocation, after that two cases, like one is for multiple variables with same value, then multiple variables with multiple values. Okay. Now coming to the variable name. Okay. So the next point or the next topic is coming as identifier rule. I'm just gonna tell you some variable name, like how to take the variable name. So let's go for identifier rule. Identifier rule. Now, identifier. What is identifier? If I ask you, like, Gia, I'm just asking you. Whenever I just want to call you, I will use your name, Gia or Sneha. I'm just identifying you with your name. So, can I say this is your name? This is the identification of you. I'm doing some identification by calling you with your name. Now, on the same way, whenever you are telling some variable, you have to identify uniquely, so that you have to give some name. Okay, so technically whenever you are taking some variables, you will be working in any programming language. You have to work with variable, you have to work with functions, you have to work with some classes, some objects, whatever it is. Now different variables, different functions, different classes, objects, you have to make it differentiate with each other. Like today, if Jia and Sneha, if you both have the same name, then it will be difficult to identify. Then I will be going for your like last name, or otherwise I will be going for your Aadhaar card to identify you uniquely. Is that correct? So identifier is like giving some name to identify such entity. Okay. So this is what called identifier. Okay. These are all identifiers we have in any programming language. Now we are just taking some rule, we are just getting some rules to name it. Now today our topic is variables, so we are just like focusing on variable name. Now once you understand how variable name you can give, on the same way you can define function name also, you can write class name also, object name also. Correct. Now let's go for the identifier rule. So whenever you are taking one variable, always I am taking what? Here, as you can see, for every example, every example, just I'm taking a new window. For every example, I'm just taking like a equals to 10. But always a variable is a single character. No. If I take ABC, will it not work? Obviously it will work, definitely it will work. Now the thing is, let's do some experiment. Like in mathematics we do 2a equals to 20. What will happen? From there it will reduce to a10. Correct. Now if I write variable name like this, it will definitely throw me error, because this is the first rule of identifier, that you should not start any variable name with with numbers. So then you will be asking, can I write number after the variable, after the character? Can I write this? Yes, you can. There is no error. Can I write in between A to B equals to? 10. Like this, can I do? Yes, you can. Means it should not. Always the identifier rule. The name is basically what? First rule is what? First rule is it should not start with. It should not start with. Just a minute. OneNote is not working. Yeah. So, first rule we have it should not start with. It should not start with number. This is the first rule. Now, second thing that let's suppose we have spaces. Can I give space? Let's suppose I want to give space here. A, then space, then B equals to 12. If I give, see, we can't give space in between the alphabets. If I give space before the variable name, will it take? What do you think? See, here also you are getting error. Let's suppose I am giving space after the variable name and then I am taking 10. See, is there any error? No. Then space is allowed where? After the variable name means always. If you are using space, you should not use space in the front or in the middle. So there will be no space in the front or middle, in the beginning or in the middle. So there should not be space in front or middle of the variable name or identifier name. Getting my point now? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's come to um, spatial symbol or the spatial characters. Like we have lots of spatial character like dot, comma, this, quotes, then equal to, like this if I take. So it is throwing me error. Even if I do a b dot bg equals to 12. If I go here also it is showing some error. So from here it's clear, I guess, that we can't use a special character. We can't use special character in the name. Okay. Today, if like your name, today now, if your name is at the rate Sneha, okay, so is it a valid thing? Like in your Aadhaar card, your name is showing like at the rate Sneha. So I guess it will be not a good choice, right? There are some rules and regulations to name. Or let's suppose it is star star Gia. So I guess it will not work, right? On the same way, we can't use any like this type of symbols in the variable name. Correct? This is how it works. But why we can't use this? First of all, if I ask you this question, why we can't use the spatial symbols? Because these are actually the operators. These are having some different functionalities. It is being used for different functionalities. That's why we can't use in between the variable names. But there is one symbol which has no job, no functionality. Okay, it's most lazy symbol, you can say. Most lazy is, it has no such kind of functionality. Let me show you. A B, I'm writing, just a minute, it's having some issue. Wait for a minute. Yeah, now. I'm taking AB. After that, I am using one thing. This is what called underscore. Now this is the symbol which has no job. It is not an operator. It has no functionality. So simply you can use this special symbol only in your variable name like this. AB underscore 10. Will it work? Yes, it will work. If I write before in the front, will it work? Yes, it will. If I write in the middle, then will it work? Yes, it will. Now, one experiment question. If I give this and then only and only underscore I am giving and I am giving this, will it work? What do you think?
No.
No, but yes, it is working. Okay, because underscore has no such meaning. So that's why it will work. Okay, only underscore also works. So that's how you can say that. So we can't use spatial character, we can't use spatial character except except underscore. Okay, now coming to the fourth point. So next point is just normally let's go for, like you already have understood these are all the things. Now normally always should I use this lower cases if I start my variable like this var. So as you can see, this is in uppercase. Will it work like this? Yes, it will. Means you can write mix character. So you can use alphabets. Can use alphabets like this. Okay, clear it is. And alphanumeric also you can simply use. Now the thing is, lastly I will be telling like one more thing, that is how many number, how many number of variable or the characters you can mention here. How many? Like if you are writing lots of numbers, like let's suppose I am writing lots of numbers but I'm already doing some mistakes by giving this special character. Now if I give like this much long variable name, is it is working. Now in the industry whenever you are going to work, okay, according to ISO rule, means industrial standard rule, the standard rule is it should not exit. It's not a like you can say it will not throw error if you are giving too much high number of characters in the variable name, but according to ISO rule, it should not exit. It should not exit 79 character. 79 characters. Now there is one more thing. The question it is to you, like the keywords you already have seen. What are the keywords? Now keywords cannot be used as a value of the variable. Correct. Except only three keywords. The spatial keywords. Correct. Now can we use keywords as a variable name? What do you think? Can I use keyword as a variable name? What do you think? Let's suppose I am writing 4. 4 equals to, I'm taking 10. Will it work? Yes or no? Without checking, just tell. Just a case.
No.
Obviously, no. Always it is. Then what about like the spatial keywords? The spatial keywords you can use as a value of the variable. But if you take a spatial keywords as a name of the variable, will it work? No. Means never ever. Keywords you should not use. Like it keywords cannot be variable name. Okay. So keyword should not be used. Should not be used as variable name or identifier name, and always you have to use 79 characters. Okay, now any doubt? We successfully completed the variables and how the name of the variable is assigned. Is there any doubt, guys?
No.
Okay, so I'm not just dragging, and I'm not taking new topic, but tomorrow our goal will be to understand data types. Like what are the data type in the sense like integer, float. We were already have seen some of the examples, right? So integer, float, bull, all those type of data type we will be seeing tomorrow. Fine. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this much for today. Thank you all, guys.
Okay.
If you have any doubt also, do revision and you can simply ask me. Fine. So that's all for today. Bye bye, guys. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye bye.